Hi guys, today me and my teammate Pavan Kumar is going to present a case study on PyTorch. So this is our presentation. So now just let's jump into the topic. So on an overview, PyTorch is an open source machine learning library which was developed by Facebook Research Lab, which depends upon artificial intelligence. So it also leverages the power of GPUs and CPUs, and it also compiles the power of the CPUs and GPUs. Now it is a free and open source software which was released under a modified BSD license. Although we can see that PyTorch interference is more and primarily focused on C and C++, but it also offers a platform for Python. It was developed by, as I said, it was developed by Facebook AI Research Lab, and the original authors were Adam, Sam Gross, Somit Chintiala, George, and many more. So it has an automatic computation which gives the gradients, and it makes easy to test and develop new ideas. So like a number of pieces of deep learning software were built in this PyTorch, which was included Tesla, Uber, and Hugging Face transformations, PyTorch lighting, and Catalyst. Now, if we see why PyTorch, it's an a Pythonic conscious which is close to Python, and it has a strong GPU support. Strong GPU support also needs autograd automation differentiation, and many other components were implemented. So it is similar to NumPy, which is another Python library which is used for plotting numbers and graphs. So now we come to tensors. So tensors is a predefined NumPy regular arrays, which are similar to CUDA and NVIDIA graphics. So from the term tensors, we do not carry any meaning in mathematics or physical science. The meaning is only the word which is tangentially used for machine learning in mathematics, and also uses uh, linear algebra and other modules. So now we can see about the flowchart. Here we can see a sentence is given in the embedded layer, where the operating systems is embedded to that, and after that it comes to the linear layer, which is also another process where the linear expressions are developed. Then we come to the softmax layer, which gives us the training and evaluation data sets. So the training data set has cause entropy, and the evaluation has a prediction. So this is the flowchart where we can see PyTorch is used, and we can also see that more layers are formed in this. So each and every module gives the PyTorch, which is maintained by AutoGrad, and also makes it easy to define the other projects which are involved in it. So now we come to the security risks. Security risks are five types, that is fooling the system, data poisoning, manipulating of online systems, and transferring the learning attack. And the fifth one is data privacy and confidentiality. So here we can see, uh, next we can talk about fooling the system, which is a vulnerability which can be seen in this project. Yeah, so first we will talk about data poisoning. It's called essentially the attackers are also having neural networks which are involved in a strategy where the noise is placed for fooling the network by falsifying the activated potentials, which are also strategical, and they can also place some noise in that, where the Google brand shows us some other examples where the IT network protocol is not followed, and it's not recognized in that. And we also can sabotage the other essential devices where it can also be data transferred or other thing can be done. And also we have more amount of neural networks in the world, in our world, which can be created or which can be also uh, not given importance to it, where the universal function approximation is also not judged correctly. And then the hackers, which can be terrified. And also we know that black box and white box testings and attacks are very much common in this way, where the attack is made by the decision boundary, and also the attack can be harmful for the image, for the other purposes, which can also lead us to big things or big issues, which can be very annoying, and which can be also very risky to the application. So now we are going to talk about the internet manipulation. We can now see that internet manipulation is also the cooperation of digital technologies, which are social media algorithms and other platform, and which are the automated scripts, where the political distress and harm cooperation for the internet is very much important in the daily day-to-day life, where we can see that behavior manipulation like fake news, disinformation, and artificial intelligence can also secretly affected in this behavior, where the different issues from affecting the congelation and other benefits are also decreased by that. And the economical and simplicity over the complexity can also be increased due to this, where the online manipulation such as easier to believe and other characteristics are involved in this, where the peer influence and prior collective ratings in the web content can also be presential in that. And hackers and hired professionals are also involved in this kind of internet manipulation, where the psychological targeting such as social media activities and other things can be analyzed by them. And other people can also due to this network congelation and overabundance of online content, the networking is also affected by that. So the echo chambers or filter bubbles are also affected by them, where the referendum of the grouping and other technicalities are discussed in this. So like the joint GCHQ and other committees have come across to this, and they also want to they also want to eradicate this, where we can also create an algorithm and other echo chambers for the polarization. And also we can be in the way where we can also influence the peers and other people who can simply live on them, or live on that. So here the internet manipulation is sometimes also used for describe selective internet censorship or violate the neutrality. And also it can also conspire or fill with other targeting and other groups which can also give the algorithms for the people. So now the next process would be done by my teammate Pawan Kumar. He will explain the rest of the PPT and we can go from this. Thank you.
Hi, hello everyone. This is Pavan Kumar Mundluri. From here onwards, I am continuing. Before my friend Ruthvik Nagabandi is tell about our project Patron PyTorch. Sorry for my inconvenience. So next slide, we are going to discuss about the future work for the PyTorch. In future, PyTorch can be extended in so many ways, like distributed training, mobile expenses, robo economic system, and native online support, and C++ front end and back end, cloud support. Like that, we can use so many types of, so many ways we can use the PyTorch, installing from PyTorch. Here, in a move that can only the in a move that can only be distributed as a vine of Facebook open AI announcement today that it will be Facebook Python machine learning framework in the future projects rather than Google article and rest of follow Py platform. OpenAI is an San Francisco based artificial intelligence research organization informed by CTO Brockman, chief science, and so many other investigators, including links. They can be your famous collaboration president Sam Alter. And here we can use in Python in future work. Python is well supported on major cloud platforms, providing functionless development of easy scale together and pre-built images, large scale training and GPUs attributes to run modules in production scale environment. We can do in the Python. Python is an a library of learning application using GPUs and CPUs. It is an open source machine learning attribute library for Python, PyTorch, mainly developed by the Facebook artificial intelligence firms. It is one of the widely used machine learning library, others being the mm, uh, using the PyTorch, and it has a production ready development option and support from mobile platforms. PyTorch, on the other hand, it's still a young framework with strong community movement, and it's more Python friendly. Mm, Here, if you want to make things faster, build build AI related products and TensorFlow in a good choice. It is a it is an owned by Facebook. PyTorch is an open source machine learning framework based on Torch library. Used applications such as computer visions, natural language processing, primarily developed Facebook. It is already whatever open source related to modified based license. Mm, what is the actually what is the PyTorch model? In the PyTorch model, PyTorch is a premier open source deep learning framework developed machine learning maintained by the Facebook. At its core, PyTorch is a mathematical library that allows you can perform efficient collaboration with the automatic differentials on the graph-based models. And here we are moving to the next slide. In the next slide, we can discuss about stable. Means PyTorch stable. In PyTorch table, in the future it will be keep up the data into long run. Then should be in no scenarios platform issues documented graphs backup implement is also expected to be maintained. In that it needs the slot based primary key, also secondary key in the primary key to equal both records, and which can be the intended to manual inside the gratitude with the stable it needed to use exactly the same algorithm as smart method. It does related to docs are not clear than 100% about the ideas. Docs pattern are also happily accepted in because of that, and another one more because the API may changes in response user feedback performance must be improved or operator coverage it's held completely some features and designed as betted, and we can go through that by you can see the ignore the knowing of mm, the stable by comparing with multiple pass nodes of single pass one, and that we can answer they can have the related work with the API API. In other than that, we can also be the best beat future for the mm, stable of status. However, we can need gratitude backup completely. If two times we have the same key, the order will be preserved in the sorted list. The originally item does not have to comparable because to the ordinary to the discord with the determined by the most the first two times. And we can several common strong algorithms are stable by mm, natural and such as megas not times not continuing not intentions not and blues not others such as the quit not hip spot and sections slot are unstable. We can modify the unstable strong algorithm to be the stable, and we are going to move the next slide from here. In next slide, what is PyPy? PyPy. In the PyPy, we can discuss here. In PyPy, we can discuss here. It is the PyPy helps you can find the installing software development of share the PyTorch community. The PyTorch package index is the representative of software for the PyTorch program learning. Mm, Here we can move to the future of the typically mm, not available in binary distribution like pi and conda, unless hidden runtime options it will be easy to phrase of development for feedback and testing. PyPy is the default software responsibility of Python developer to store creating PyTorch programming language software. Uh, and the other of the are it will be package manager and it installed package may sources, mm, which can install be the resolved of checking and some other issues. Next we are going to move the last slide of the PPT is auto grade. From auto grade for the PyTorch is to related the PyTorch, PyTorch autograde is the one type of backup. PyTorch autograde we can discuss here. PyTorch automatically defined engine that power neural network training. In the section you will get a understanding to autograde helps with the neural networks. In background neural networks are connection of functions that are executed on the some input data. The functions are defined by parameters which is PyTorch are stored in intention. In that autogear we have forward propagation and backward propagation. Forward propagation the that makes to the best guess about the correct output. It runs in input data through each of its function to make it guess, and backup backward propagation, the parameters that errors is guessed, and it does they are transferring back up from the output, collecting the relevant of the errors with respect to the parameters that functions of the backups. uh, Here from now we can complete the PyTorch. Thank you.